Hey guys, Stitching May here to do an update video. Today is Thursday, February the 20th, and my last video was Friday, February the 7th. This video will be mostly about cross stitch, so if you don't like cross stitch, you probably not going to enjoy this video. I do have a few other things. I've got something my son wanted me to show you, and then some crochet that I want to show you. That is really hard for me to say several times. I'm not restarting it. I've restarted so many times that I had to delete some false starts to have room on my camera. Not starting again. You're just going to have to suffer through my stumbles and fumbles with me. So normally I try to do a weekly video, but that would have been on either the Thursday the 13th or Friday the 14th, which was Valentine's Day. We didn't celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day. We've been married too long for that. One of us had to work. So anyway, we did celebrate Valentine's Day. But anyway, so that wasn't why I didn't do the video, which it was something, you know, huge and romantic. It was just, I didn't have a lot of stitching to show you. I had a lot of stitching. It's just stuff that I couldn't show you. Again, I'm working on a gift piece, and that person does watch my video. And I know that if they see it, they will know that it's for them. It's an obvious gift piece. What I should have done, right, should have, could have, would have, is shoot little vlog pieces as I updated it and then thrown it into the video after I gift the project. The next time I do a gift stitch, I will do that. However, I didn't. So this time I will just, when I'm done with it, I'll take a video of it finished. I may do a vlog from now on with it. And then when it's finished and it's gifted, I will insert that into the video after it's gifted. And if that person's okay, I may even insert them, you know, getting the gift. However, so let me just jump right in. I have stitched 2,024 stitches since my last video. And I do have my journal in front of me, and that's what I'm using for my notes. As you can see, I updated to the right date. One of you guys commented that I was lying to myself about the date. Maybe I'm getting to the age where I want it to stay this year, that way I don't get any older. Because this is the year that I will go over. Will I go? Yes, I turned 36 this year. So I'll be over 35. Maybe I'm subconsciously trying to stay 35 forever. And I also took off the Stitching May because my husband pointed out that nobody else in this house cross stitches. So whose else journal would this be other than mine? So I took off the Stitching May because that was kind of redundant. Some of you asked to see the inside of this thing, which I'll be glad to show you. I'm going to put that on the end of the video. I'm going to try to film that pointing down at it rather than me having to hold it up and you try to see how it works. And me, like, I have to hold my breath to stay still enough for you to read it. We'll see. That if I am able to film that the way I want to film that, that'll be at the end, added in on the end of this video. That way, if you don't care about journaling, you don't have to watch it. But if you want to watch it, you can. That said, let's move on. My son wanted me to show you something. I dropped my pen. Look, Gary, it's a clicky pen. I'll move it over here though to where I won't click it because I am a bad pen. There are two clicky pens. I am a bad pen clicker. So this was a gift that he got from Stitch and Button. It was kind of a get well soon and also Christmas gift for him. It is a diamond painting kit. We have not started it because every time we sit down to start it, something comes up. However, he does not have school tomorrow. School is canceled. We are in the South and we have been getting tons of rain, and they don't cancel it for the rain. However, when you have tons of rain and streets that are kind of flooded, I use the word flood very extremely. Like, our town is used to getting this much water this time of year. It happens. The areas that are flooded are like back roads, and so far it's not in anybody's house. However, it's supposed to be like super cold, and water and cold make ice, and they don't want the buses traveling on ice, so they canceled school tomorrow. We are supposed to have a home learning day where you're going to diamond paint. That's art, right? That's kind of learning. This is what this little guy will look like when he's finished. I had told them that my son liked to diamond paint, but all we were finding were like unicorns and like My Little Pony and glittery poop things to do for kids. And Vic saw this one, thought of him because he loves animals, and sent this to us for his Christmas / get well. As you can see, we haven't even started it yet. but we will tomorrow. And he wanted me to show it to you. That way we can show his progress later. I don't know if he'll be in the video or not. We'll see. Depends on both of our moods. Sometimes I'm okay sharing him. Sometimes I'm not. So the kit came with the little, I don't know any of these accessories, so just ignore me. But the little pin thingy, the wax, tweezers, the little tray, and then the little pieces on the end of the pin to help scooch the drills into the right place. Is that the right word? Am I pretending to know what I'm talking about? The thing that I liked about this kit, though, is that the beads, drills, diamonds, whatever you want to call them, came in individual Ziploc baggies rather than, is that going to show up? Let's see if I can get you to focus on this. Rather than just the tear apart bags, so that I didn't have to then invest in a special, you know, organization system for this. So he's excited about starting that tomorrow. He wanted me to show you, and then hopefully in the next video we'll have some progress. We'll see. Or some worthwhile progress. We'll start it. We'll see how long I have these big, oh, we'll work on this for hours, and he works on it for like 10 minutes, and he's done, ready to do something else. So you were here for the cross stitch. Since my last video, I have had 2,024 stitches in. I have had 0 days with 0 stitches. Normally I at least have 1 or 2 days. Granted, I did have 1 day with all of 21 stitches, but I at least had 21 stitches. The day that I had the 21 stitches, I can show you why. Some of you know that I dabble in crochet. I'm not great at it. But a while back ago, I started a blanket for my son. I've not shown this in a while. It was supposed to be a light blanket. This thing touches either side of my king size bed. But what I've been doing, because he keeps asking me, especially now that I have Chelsea's blanket, when I'm going to finish his blanket. So each day I've been working at least 30 minutes on this blanket so that I get some progress. I can show this without wiping everything off the table. This is where I currently am now. I don't have a before picture, and like you could tell a big difference. Anyway, I am about a quarter of the way through. As you can see, this thing is huge, guys. Like, it's huge. This is yarn that he chose. He originally came up with a pink yarn, and I don't care if he uses pink yarn, but he didn't want pink yarn. But he liked that it was soft, and he was like, it's fine that it's pink, it's just soft. And I was like, well, you know they have other colors of this yarn. He's like, oh, really? So then we found this blue and green and turquoise. At the time, blue was his favorite color. Now it's red, but they didn't have red anyway. Blue was his second favorite color. This is Red Heart Super Saver stripes in the colorway Cool Stripe. Of course, it's no longer, like, it's hard to come by now. It's hard to find, and I'm gonna need some more because I'm like a quarter of the way done, maybe a quarter of the way done, and I don't have, I only have 4 more skeins of yarn that are not started, so I'm having to locate some Cool Stripe Red Heart yarn. I purchased it originally at Walmart, and it's not there anymore. I'm using a size 8 hook. It's in here somewhere. Size 7 hook. It's what brand is this? I don't know. It's some off brand that I got on Amazon that's got the little, it's padded. Nothing too fancy. There it is. But that was the day I got 21 stitches in because I stitched more, I crocheted more than 30 minutes on it. Normally I set a timer and I just didn't want to put it down. It was just soothing that day. So now, really into the cross stitch, which is what this video is supposed to be about, right? I don't know all of the prompts for each of these projects. I'm in 4 groups now that have prompts, that kind of thing. I'm in Magical Stitches, which is doing Disney, Kingdom Keepers, and Villains. And then I'm in Cheryl's Daily 30 group, which is a closed group. And then I am also in Semi-Sane. Those I kind of pick and choose which prompts I want to work on. And then I am now in Myth and Magic, which I'm just a villager, so I don't have to stick to the prompts. I don't know if that'll ever change. I think I'll probably just stay a villager because I can stitch and help the clans, but then I don't have to. It's not as much pressure. Anyway, I've not even taken like the first picture of that yet. So my current project that I'm working on is my Hawk Run Hollow. I am currently using this for the Disney. We got to choose between two prompts, either a project that makes you want to hole up on and stitch on it, or a project that you love so much that you don't want to put it down. This is both. I decided that it was the one I want to hole up on and hole up with and work on because guys, I'm behind already. I'm supposed to do a block a month. And I'm not even close. I don't even know if I had started this block in my last video. If I had, I'll insert a picture of that now. You guys know what this looks like. I'll still insert a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. I so far have put in a little more than, I'm not counting today because I don't know if I'll stitch after this video or not. So, not counting today, I put in 252. I put in 233 stitches. Here I did. I put in a little over 900 stitches total. Now that was, I used it for for some resort prompts. But this is where I am, guys. It's not impressive. This is so heavy. Like, you do the words, and then you do the fence, and then you've got the house. It's almost a full coverage block, and I'm so behind. I don't know what I'm going to do, because then I'm going to end up being stitching 2 blocks for the month of March. I've got to get some heavy-duty stitching on this in the next few days, because I've only got 9 days to finish this, and 2 of those days are work days. I don't know. If you see me not stitching anywhere, just say, get to work. So I'm going to be monogamous probably for the next video and only work on this because I've got to get this done to where I can stay up to date. Okay, another project that I worked on. This was used for both Magical Stitches and for Cheryl's group. For Magical Stitches, it was something that reminds me of my father. For Cheryl's group, it was a birthday celebration. So I chose my Country Cottage Needleworks Silent Night. I will show you what it looked like before as I tell you the story of why I chose this piece. It is stitched on, first of all, 32 count pearl gray linen. Somebody asked me in one of my videos how I know like what threads I use and how I don't have a memory. I just stick little notes. This is the piece of paper that came off the fabric. I stick little notes here and there. I usually try to not show you guys that I'm looking it up, but maybe I do well with that because usually I'm having to look it up. It is stitched with the called for DMC on the chart, except for the white lightning, which is a color and cotton color, and that's what I used for the chart. My husband actually picked out that piece. The reason I chose this piece for reminds me of my father is because many years ago, when I was a kid, my dad and I, neither one can sing. I am so bad that my own son one day when I was trying to sing him to sleep for a nap, raised up, took out his pacifier, that's how little he was, stuck it in my mouth, laid back down and went to sleep. My dad can't sing either, God love him. Every Christmas though, for a while, he would grab my grandfather's guitar and purposely, that was out of tune, purposely strum very loud, very out of tune, and sing very loud, out of tune, those 2 lyrics. So when I saw this, I knew I had to get it and I had to stitch it for him. This was planned to be his birthday gift, birthday celebration. Reminds me of my dad. See, it works. But I didn't finish it because, as you know, in December, that's when everything completely exploded. So I didn't get it finished for this birthday, but I will get it finished, and it will be for his birthday from last year. This is where I currently am now. Like I said, this shirt is in the white lightning color by Color and Cotton, kind of an off-white, whitewashed color. I wanted it to be very stark difference between that and the snow. I didn't want it to both be white. This needle minder is from Stitch and Button Dick, the same person who gifted me, or gifted Connor rather, the diamond painting kit. She also gave Scott a guitar pick that I realized he's got hidden with all his special picks the other day. But this was gifted to me by Connie, and it is Jack Skellington, and he's flossing or dancing. My son, I showed a video, he was Jack Skellington for Halloween, and I got a video of him flossing as Jack Skellington, and so that was perfect. I think that's why Connie gave it to me. I'm telling myself that's why she gave it to me. Could have been a coincidence that he was doing the same dance. I think it was purposeful. But there, that project is, I stitched 208 stitches on that one. So the next project, well, let's do this one first. Another project, I don't know if it was next or not. I had, for Magical Stitches, I had to stitch on a piece with, because of the royal wedding, so elegant dresses, beads, sparkly stuff, that kind of thing. I chose my Lady of the Flag. Of course, you guys know her. You'll know what she looks like when she's finished, but just in case, I'll insert a picture. I'll also show where I was before. This is stitched on 32 count primitive hair We the People fabric. This is my second start. I started on it with another piece. I got my fabric from the cupboard instead of ordering it from Italy. I wanted it to get here quicker, and the cupboard had it. And my friend Jen went and made sure that it fit. I think EJ was the one who had said that the cupboard had the fabric. They shipped it to me, no issue. I'm stitching this in the conversion, the green conversion, mostly done by Is Kismet Stitches, or Diana. You can get that conversion from her. She has not yet made it to where it can be shared. I think she's going to share it once she finishes hers. She shared it with me, and it's not mine to share, so I'm not going to share it. This is where I am now. I'm also using some buttons from the Mirabilia Lady of the Flag group on Facebook. They have a very similar conversion to this. Hers is just a little bit different. But there is where I am. I just stitched on this top part, guys. My friend was over when I started working on this, and I had a boo-boo. I was off 2 stitches, which would have messed the entire thing up. So I sat down with my highlighter, marked all my stitches, and made sure it was lining up right. Fixed it. Guys, this piece, it's going to be my love-hate, because I really, really, really want this finished. I love it, and I can't wait for it to be finished, but the stitching of it is breaking me. Breaking me, breaking me. And I did 106 stitches on that. Only 100 were required, but I did 106. I feel like I'm flying. What you guys don't know is that I've spent at least 45 minutes with false starts. So now I feel like I'm boring you guys, and I'm only like 18 minutes in. But I feel like I'm an hour and 18 minutes in. Because, anyway. The next project that I worked on was a new start. I still haven't found out if I'm supposed to call her my ex-wife of the week, because I was her wife of the week. I don't know if I'm an ex now or not, or if it's once you're one, you're always one. She's got her own little harem. Ellen and Sarah Stitches. Ellen from Cross Stitch Power Hour, and Sarah Stitches from Sarah Stitches, I guess, started this for the hashtag is Baby Got Outback. It is the, I keep wanting to call it the Sarah Marshall. It's the Jane Marshall. Sal or P sampler, which all of the donations are going to Australian fire brigades, and they started the Sal. They're calling it Baby's Got Outback. I did my own conversion. This is on 32 counts. Some Zweigert linen. I only know it's Zweigert because it's orange. I want to say this is mocha. I could be completely wrong. This is as far as I am. A couple of you asked for my conversion, and I will show that to you now. This is where I was flashing around a piece of white paper that had my address on it and couldn't take it out. I did my own conversion, and some of you asked for it, so I will show it to you. I don't know that you can get all these because some of these are out of print. Out of print? Is it out of print? Not in production? What's the right term? This is Oxblood from Color and Cotton. kind of a reddy pink color. This one is Mediterranean Sea by the Gentle Arts. I don't know where I'm putting anything. I just picked out kind of jewel toned Mana Red by Classic Colorworks. Picked out jewel tones and just went with it. It was the first time that I wasn't like nervous either. I just grabbed colors and went with it. This is a limited edition by the Gentle Arts. No clue. It's kind of a brownish, reddish, chocolatey color. This is Indigo by Carrie's Creations. It's the one that the border is being stitched in now. Love that blue color. It's showing up black. It is definitely not black. The blue is so dark that it's just a very dark navy blue. This is a no-name gold. I want to say it's a Victorian motto. Can't swear to that. See, I told you guys you didn't want my conversion. Eggplant by Color and Cotton. Week Style Works Cognac. You hear my kid, he's playing a game. And when he plays video games, he doesn't stand still. Like if his character jumps, he jumps. If his character's running, he's running in place. Aubergine, again by Carrie's Creations, which is now out of commission. There we go. That's the proper word. This one is called Sapphire by Color and Cotton. That one's a fairly new one. It's her new tag, so you may be able to get that one. And this is Segurio by Carrie's Creations. It's a very rich green. That color to me screams Emily. Emily C. Why am I getting such a bad shadow on this? There we go. That's where the light needs to be. Wrong way. This one is Parlor by Color and Cotton. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Beautiful thread, isn't it? Beautiful thread. And then I snorted. And I'm not starting over despite the snort. Oxblood by Color and Cotton. Mediterranean Sea by Gentle Arts. I think this is the last one. I have 12. I only need 13. I've already gone around. I've already gone around. Ha! I've hit them all. Yes, I have. And let me see if that indigo will show up better now that I've got the light pointed the right way. There we go. Much better. That beautiful blue color. But I don't know that you guys can get these, and I don't know where I'm putting the colors. I just kind of grabbed them, and I'm just grabbing them as I go. And I stitched a whole 208 stitches on my Jane Marshall that I keep calling Sarah Marshall. Okay, so I mentioned I don't know, in one of the videos that I've probably erased, I mentioned that Valentine's Day, my husband and I didn't officially celebrate it. He worked and I wasn't home. We did buy each other things in that I said, hey, I'm buying this myself for Valentine's Day. And he said, okay, I'm buying myself for this for Valentine's Day. And we were good. I could not resist Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I got it through the bundle through Crazy Annie's. I will start this with the Sunshine Stitchers. Even though I won't ever finish it with the Sunshine Stitchers. Ugh, I will never be able to say that word the first time. I've got the Called For Valdani. And mine is, I always get even weave because I feel like these are symmetrical pieces, so it needs to be on even weave. Yes, I know that technically it... This is... Picture this plus 28 count velour, V-A-L-O-R, velour. A southern accent can't say that. It's kind of got a green tinge to it. There it is. Now it's showing just a hint. Very spring green. You know, when the green's just coming through the gray of winter. And my wonderful allergies are killing me. And I sound like a smoker because I cough constantly. And then I have one more piece of haul to show you. I've got some stuff on its way. Shh. Don't tell my husband. Sorry for the crinkle crinkle. I like the crinkle crinkle, so I guess I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm just going to start holding the magnet up. Sorry, not sorry. Because I like the crinkle. When you guys crinkle in videos, it makes me happy because I know it's something new. I have this 32 count Witchelt. Guys, I know some of you don't like the Witchelt because it's stiff. I like the Witchelt. It is called Almond or Toasted Amber. Toasted almond or amber, I don't know. It says almond / toasted amber. I think it's supposed to be toasted almond / amber. But it's just, I got it off of eBay. It's just a random piece of fabric. Thought it was a pretty neutral when I was looking at fabrics. And it came with, are you ready? A freebie from the Good House with. Come on, focus. Called 2 houses, really quick. Are you ready? Really fast. It's just that. Just 2 houses with a tree, not a weeping willow, but a sampler border that I'll probably stitch because I like her pieces. Not on this fabric, but I'll stitch it on something. And guys, that is it for this video. Whew. Only like 26 minutes and probably 30 restarts, right? As always, guys, thanks so much for your comments and coming back and seeing me. If you're a returning visitor, if you're a new visitor, thank you for bearing with me. I promise some of my videos are a little less chaotic. Not much, but a little bit. As I said before, when I end this, I'm going to then show you my journal, hopefully to where you can see it better. We'll see how that goes. My plans are to insert my footage in my journal to where you can see what I have. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. If not, guys, take care and always happy stitching. Okay, guys, so as I said before that I was going to try to insert this in the end of my video. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm trying to use that old camera magic thing where you film it upside down and then before you insert it, you flip the film over and it shows right side up for you guys. We'll see how this goes. So this is my journal that I use for to keep up with my cross stitch. I didn't want to get none of the store-bought planners were what I wanted, so I decided to make my own. I had looked at journals last year. I had tried my own little way and didn't like that way. It's kind of a combination of several journals that I've seen. Some are store-bought, one was one that I had made myself. So this is just in a 2-inch 3-ring binder, nothing special. On the inside, you can see where I've kept little notes about stitch counts when I have to add stuff up. I also have a year in a glance calendar that shows, come on, focus. There we go. A year at a glance thing. I don't even know where this came from. I don't even know if this came. I have no clue where this came from. I got it from somewhere. I think a patient gave it to me or something. Then I have my pen thing in here because I only use, you're going to get to see some of my OCD in this. These 3 markers for headlining. This is so backwards. For my headlines, they are ones that won't go through. And I use just this pen for marking in my journal because I'm a little OCD in that. Okay, so the first header I have is my weekly. I've got a divider. This is 5-star grid paper. I have the big side up, the small side down. See how these squares are smaller? Are you able to see that? Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh no, I don't need to zoom in. I need to pick this up. See how that side is that size and this side is smaller? Can you tell a big difference? Kind of, sort of. What I did is for every week, I went every single week, all 52 weeks, I went through and I wrote it out like this. So I have my Monday through Friday. I don't stitch a lot on Saturdays and Sundays because those are the days I work. So they got smaller boxes than my Monday through Friday. And then on this side, this is where I take notes. For example, this is sloppy, so don't judge my handwriting. This is in my own, you know, just throwing it in there. I put my magical stitches prompts here. I put my daily 30 prompts here. I put whatever project I worked on and how many stitches I stitched. And down here, I keep up with how many stitches for that week and how many stitches total I've done for my outrageous, which will be a total of yearly stitches. There's one that's a little neater. So there's my weekly. Whoops, the wrong way. There's my weekly, and then that's my outrageous count. And as you can see, I've got magical stitches, my daily 30 stitches, and then which projects I've worked on. I also put each day, what the date is, what I did, kind of things that relate to stitching, so like random stuff. And then on the side, I put how many stitches I got in for that day. So like, I even put like I finished, just random notes, like if I start a book or finish a book, if I start a project or finish a project, what I worked on that day, if I make a Flosstube video. That all goes in here too. And then what I did is I took, are you ready for this high-tech bookmark? I took a piece of paper, punched holes in it so that it would be just a tad bit higher. Whoops, let me get that actually in the 3 rings. That's hard to do looking at that. Where it's just a tad bit taller than my pieces of paper. So that when I flipped it that week, there it is. The next one I have is, are you ready? Monthly. That's a shocker, right? Same thing. I have the big squares on one side and the small, no, opposite. The small squares are on the side facing me for this because I needed more for the monthly. And the big squares are on the opposite side. There. This one took a lot more time to figure out. So I have the header of the month on the left. And these are any notes for like monthly prompts, starts and finishes. And then I have the actual calendar day there on this side. So that's what the layout looks like. And to show you when that's finished or worked on, this is my January. These are my monthly prompts for magical stitches and my monthly prompts for the daily 30. This is my monthly stitch count and this is my yearly stitch count. So they add up, and then each day I've marked how many stitches I've done. And I don't always mark here what I work on. I will put like if I started a project or if I finished a project. And again, I have the high-tech divider so that it shows where I am. And then are you ready? Next is yearly. Let's make sure I'm not going to show you anything that I don't need to show you. So I had to be careful. I have the whips that were carried from 2019. This is all of the whips that were already going for 2000 when I started 2020. It ended up being a total of 38. I think I said 39 in one video. It ended up being a total of 38. And then as I finish them, I'll mark off. You can see I finished my Flowering Flourish by Connie G, so I have a check there. On this page, I have all my starts. My gift stitches on here, so I don't want to show it. I'll show you that one. Just in case you can read it, you may not be able to read it. I've got the title of the piece, who the designer is, what date I started it, if I'm stitching in like the call for DMC, and what fabric that I'm stitching on. I also have a page for finishes. Originally, I had a page for starts and finishes, and then I was like, you know, I'm probably going to run out of room on starts, not finishes. I probably won't have too many finishes, but I'll probably have too many starts. So I made a page just for starts and a page just for finishes. And then just recently I added a page of books that I've read, and I put read in quotation marks because some of them I'm listening to. So far this year I've finished 5 books actually. I need to add one and add one to that. So that was just something for me to keep up with because I've never been when I was younger I was a big reader. Now I'm listening to audiobooks so I can stitch. Stitching kind of took away from my reading. So there's that. And then I have my daily 30 scavenger hunt prompts, which I'm not going to show you all those because she doesn't want those out there. And then the projects that I used for it. So far I only have 3. I haven't done any of the prompts yet, but just in case I finish one, I made a whole page for that. And then I printed out some of Sammy J's calendar pages, but so far I haven't really stitched on those. I haven't used those yet. I'm using my own thing. And that's really it, guys. It's nothing fancy, nothing special, just it works for me. I do also have, I will see if I can show you that without knocking over the camera. I have a completely separate journal that I'm keeping for my, this will be several years in the making. So I have 2020, so this is this year, and I've got the whips that I came into 2020 with, and then I will check them off as I finish them. As you can see, I need to update my starts, any start that I have for that year, and then I will have any finishes for that year. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do like a page for each finish. And Lori Mischievous Stitches showed a picture printer recently, which would be perfect for this because I could take a picture of the finish, put it here, put the information here, and then I'd have this as a journal, and then for the next year do another, do another thing. Or if I'll just keep it this simple where it's not pictures, it's just the whips that I come into for the year, the start for that year, the finishes for that year, and then go to the next year. I haven't decided yet. Either way, I think if I get one of those printers, I'd like to get one of those printers. I told my husband that I might like one of those. I might start a stitchy journal that has pictures of my finishes in there using that little bitty printer because that would be perfect. I won't have to pay as much for the pictures, and then it'll be a use for that printer. My camera cut off on me. I'm not sure why. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to get one of those printers. If I do get a printer, I will use it to keep track of my finishes with the picture and the information on them. So far, I don't have one, and I'm just going to keep up with the titles this way. So anyway, that's it for right now. Guys, I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping this loads up the way I want it to be, and then I don't end up having to just kind of hold this up because that would make it awkward. Sorry about the phone. And guys, you are welcome. Any of these ideas or layouts that help you, feel free to, I'm not gonna even say steal, you're welcome to the idea. It's yours, take it. If it helps, maybe modify it. If you modify it and find the way that's better, let me know. I may steal your idea if it's okay. But anyway, hope this helps some. Take care, guys. See you next time.